Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Warning: this video is a deep dive into the lyrics to All Along the Watchtower by Bob Dylan. This video may also include discussions and images related to sensitive subjects such as sex, violence, and drug use. If you choose to continue watching, you are accepting responsibility for that decision. Thank you, and please have a great day.
Hello and welcome to this video. I hope everyone out there is doing well. I hope everybody out there is having fun. I hope the universe is treating you appropriately. This video is going to be a video that is off the beaten track for what I've done previously. This is kind of a preparatory video, or a practice video. Preparatory, not so much. Used the wrong word there. It's a practice video, because what I'm going to do in this video is I want to jump into looking at the lyrics of the Bob Dylan song Desolation Row. But that is an 11-minute song, and it has lots of very interesting and unique lyrics to it. But this video, I'm going to start with something relatively simple, relatively easy. It's a Dylan song, All Along the Watchtower, which a lot of people, especially younger people, don't know that it's a Dylan song. Don't know it's a Hendrix made it a hit. They know of the newer incarnations or covers of the song, which I find interesting that it has been covered so many times that the covers people will go back 2 or 3 artists who covered it, but won't go all the way back, or don't know, I should say, they don't know to go all the way back to Dylan, 1967. The song was recorded on November 6th, 1967. The album was released. The album it was on was John Wesley Harding. Yes, I hear you, Houdini. The album, just wanted to make sure we didn't have any more commentary from Houdini. The album was recorded, the song was recorded on November 6th, 1967. It was released on the album, John Wesley Harding, was released on December 27th, 1967. It was recorded in Columbia Studio in Nashville, Tennessee. And the original Dylan song is 2 minutes and 30 seconds long. The stanzas, or the verses, for the song are the song, or I should say the entire song, is made up of 2 quatrains and 2 couplets. Less than 50 words. And it's one of those songs that in and of itself, or especially the original Dylan recording, didn't splash real big. It is speculated that this song was inspired by echoes or even a modern interpretation via 1967 of the book of Isaiah, chapter 21, verses 5 through 9, which is interesting. This is the book of Isaiah from the Christian Bible, I should say, for those people that are watching that aren't necessarily from America, that live in a more secular country or a non-Christian country. It's from the Christian Bible, the book of Isaiah, the Old Testament, and the Christian Bible. The song, the lyrics are, like I said, real simple. I'll try to put them up over here somewhere. Matter of fact, I'll try to put them up contrasting the reworking of the lyrics by Hendrix as contrasted to the original by Dylan. But let's start looking at the lyrics of themselves. The song starts out with, there must be some way out of here, said the Joker to the thief. We do not know where here is. The interpretation that I've come to embrace, not really embrace, the one that makes sense to me, is that here is a figurative contract. And one of the reasons why I've come to that conclusion, in '66, the year before this album came out, Dylan was in a motorcycle wreck. The injuries he received were not near as bad as Dylan wanted people to think. In fact, Dylan was having issues with royalties, payouts on royalties, and what have you. So, symbolically, the Joker is Dylan, or the singer of the song, and the thief is the manager, is Dylan's manager, or the person or whoever's singing the song. whether it be Dylan, Hendrix, whoever. But then we go on to the next line. There's too much confusion, and I can't get no relief. He's basically his frustration with what's going on in the music industry. Then the third line in the first quatrain is, businessmen, they drink my wine, plowmen dig my earth. I've always taken that as the businessmen drinking the wine, or his wine, as your executives, your CFOs, your CEOs, people like that. Heads, the big heads of the industry, the music industry. They're drinking his wine being the music that makes them money. And plowmen dig my earth. I've always taken that as a representation of us, the fans. We're digging the earth. We're the working man. We're the working stiff. We're the ones buying his albums. That's just how I've always interpreted it. And the last line of the first quatrain is, none of them along the line know what any of it is worth. And there's different ways to read that. The way I read it is the businessmen who are living fat and getting fat off his work, and the people that are working the earth, the average Joe, the average working stiff, don't know the value, don't know what the long term, at the time the song came out, we did not know the impacts. 1967, we did not know that Bob Dylan was going to get a Nobel Prize for literature. And like I said, none of them along the line know what any of it's worth. And we didn't. And now our second quatrain is, there's no reason to get excited. The thief, he kindly spoke. That is the manager trying to protect his self-interest. He's like, hey, don't get excited. We can get this figured out. Don't get excited. Don't get pissy. And from what I understand, from what I've read, it was very turbulent between Dylan and his recording label over the songs, types of songs, content of the songs, who was going to get the lion's share of the royalties and for how long. And Dylan was getting fed up with it. In fact, because of the motorcycle accident, he was like a disgruntled worker with a carte blanche doctor's note. And he was going to milk the shit out of that doctor's note. And basically this line is his manager telling, hey, look, chill, And the next line is, there are many here among us who feel life is but a joke. Now, my read on that is he's referring to just arrogant people, stupid people, people that got more money than sense, thinking that life is a joke, that you can fuck over whoever you want to fuck over, do what you want, and go where you want without any kind of, any kind of being held responsible. And the third line is, but you and I, we've been through that, and this is not our fate. Basically, the manager is telling him, like, look, we've lived this bullshit. We had these same things. We understand that it's bullshit, and we're not going to go down that road. We're not doing that. We're gonna, we're gonna rise above. We're gonna be better. Mind you, the manager at this point, he's looking after his his bank account. He really not all that, he's invested in the singer of the song. He's invested in Dylan because he's making him money. He's trying to cover his ass, trying to make sure he's getting his share. The last line of this quatrain is, so let us not talk falsely now, the hour's getting late. Basically, the manager's like, look, drop all the bullshit, drop all the pretense. Let's talk straight up, complete honesty. It's getting late. I've got to go home. I've got to do the old lady and what have you. So let's just cut the bullshit out and let's just do that. Now, we're at our first couplet. The first line of the couplet is, all along the Watchtower, princes kept the view. That is symbolically, or as I interpret it, symbolically your CEOs of your record labels, your middle management, the people watching, making sure things get done. Make sure the bank accounts stay full. And now the next line of the couplet is, well, all the women came and went, barefoot servants too. My interpretation of that is the people, the workers, the secretaries, the techs, the janitors, the people that clean the toilet, people sweep the floors, people that do the grunt work of a record, a record company. The people not making the big bucks. Okay, and our last couplet is, outside in the distance, a wildcat did growl. That could be symbolic of the changing, especially this comes more as a kind of how starting in the 90s, this kind of foretells how the music industry is going to change starting in the 90s with file sharing and stuff like that. And contemporary to 1967, the time frame in 1967, it could be how artists and stuff are renegotiating, tougher negotiation. You had a lot of changes as far as residuals and royalties and stuff like that. So that could be the foretelling, the wildcat growling, that let the industry know that, you know, they're on borrowed time. And the last line is, two riders were approaching and the wind began to howl. This was the coming of the change. The princes and the people in the Watchtower seeing the change coming at them, coming toward them. See, you know, and that is one way to interpret it. My chair is squeaking. I hope it's not getting on the audio too bad. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to go look. We're going to read. Now, this was supposed to be inspired by, like I said, Isaiah. Double check my notes. Yeah, Isaiah chapter 21, verses 5 through 9. And I'm going to read that. And you can see the similar, where the imagery of the Bible, which is where he pulled the imagery from, how he put the lyrics together. This is King James Version, so it's interesting. So, starting with verse 5. Prepare the table, watch in the watchtower, eat, drink, arise, ye princes, and anoint the shield. For thus hath the Lord said unto me, go set a watchman, let him declare what he seeth. And he saw a chariot with a couple of horsemen, a chariot of asses, and a chariot of camels, and he hearkened diligently with much heed. And he cried, a lion, my lord, I stand continually upon the watchtower in the daytime, and I am set in my ward whole nights. And behold, here cometh a chariot of men with a couple of horsemen. And he answered and said, Babylon is fallen, and all the graven images of her gods hath broken unto the ground. Which that you can take and you consider the issues that Dylan was having with the record labels at the time. You know, there are parallels. There's just the parallels are there. And it's interesting. If you have an interpretation, feel free to put it in the comments below. Like I said, it's just my interpretation from what I've read. And over the years, there have been different conspiracies, for lack of a better term, on whether or not Dylan had the accident, whether the accident he got injured and the severity of the injuries and all that. Everything that I've ever been able to find says that the injuries happened. He got busted up. He didn't get busted up as bad as he made the record industry or his recording label think he was. And this song, inspired by the biblical verses, was what we got. And you can see, when it talks about Babylon falling or Babylon is fall, insert Babylon is the record industry. So that, like I said, it's interesting. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to work up. I've got some other things I'm going to try to get done this week. It's been a busy week. We've had insanely cold weather and recovering from the holidays or recovering from other things. I'm slowly getting back into the groove of this, people. Hopefully I haven't destroyed any kind of algorithm, good karma that I've picked up. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here. So until next time, be a good human. Be good to other humans. Peace.
Hey, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?